Hello witches, good morning. Today I would like to revisit spiritual protection, magical protection. In my last video, I think I called it spiritual protection. I only covered about shielding your aura and casting circles and like shielding an area with barriers. But in this video, I want to talk, it's going to be different, you guys, because I'm going to be holding the camera this time and showing you guys what I have right here on my little work table. And this video is going to be about more specific things and objects that you can use for protective purposes. Some of the things here that I'm fixing to show you have other uses, but simply for the topic of this video, I'm only going to be telling you about the protective uses of them and their protective properties. It's morning time here, y'all, so I'm going to be having my coffee. And I'm going to be having my morning cigarette. So, hang on. Alright, y'all, I was going to try to, like, show you these things like this, but they just look weird when I try showing it like this. So I'm just going to have to hold the camera and show y'all that way, because they look all blurry and, like, they just don't look good when I hold it up. Alright, so here's what we have going here. Some herbs, oils, different types of crystals and stones, some jewelry I want to show you guys, objects, and different types of witch bottles or spell bottles. And all of this stuff is, for the topic of this video, is for protection. So I'll start off with the jewelry. Here we have what are called hamsas, or the hand of Fatima, if I'm saying that right. Y'all forgive me if I'm not. I just call it the hamsa to avoid saying the other one wrong. Okay, guys, now this is a powerful amulet for protective magic, and I will always either wear the bracelet or the pendant when I go out, because on top of shielding your aura, like I talked about in the previous video, that will help for like general influences of like people or areas that you will enter into that would have negative energy. Shielding your aura will help keep that away. However, there is a type of thing called, or another thing that you need to be protected from, is people projecting energy at you, whether they're doing it consciously or unconsciously. It could be another witch, or it could just be someone that's unconsciously doing this. And what they will do is they'll project negative energy at you. And that can sometimes get through your shields if, first of all, if they are a skilled witch and they're doing it on purpose, that could definitely easily get through your shields. And second of all, if they're unconsciously doing it, but they're just good at it somehow, that could also get through your shields. So you do need other forms of protection in place in case they get through your shields. The energies get through your shields. So these hamsas are very powerful for that, because what they will do is not only will they stop the energy after it gets through your aura or through your auric shields, it will stop the energy there before it penetrates you. And then it will also reflect it back to the person casting it at you. Once again, whether they're doing it unconsciously or on purpose. So that's a good one to use, you guys. Of course, there's the Pentacle. Also, you guys want to use that. That's a very powerful protector as well, because it represents a spirit ruling over the material world. So I will always wear my Pentacle ring or a Pentacle necklace or something like that. Also the Ankh. I was going to show y'all this in the beginning. I forgot. This is my other necklace, my Ankh necklace. It's also very powerful for stopping negative energies and transmuting them to positive energy. The same with the Pentacle. It will transform any negative energy to positive. But if it's like a spirit or something, it will just banish it automatically. Okay, now we have this. This is very interesting, you guys. Someone brought this up to me, one of my close friends on Facebook that we met through the coven that I have, the Empowerment for Witches coven, brought this up to me last night when we were talking. But it was weird because I had already made this several months ago. Just intuitively, I had made it out of chicken bones and then painted them black. And then this friend, Raven, brought it up to me from a book that we both have. And I had made this before I got that book. I just recently got that book. It's called, y'all forgive me if I get the name of this book wrong too. I think it's called Charms, Spells, and Formulas. And it's like a hoodoo book, or for hoodoo magic, and it has the directions for making this in it. But I had intuitively made this already. And what this is, it's a protection charm. So you just make it, and then you have it in your home. You could hang it outside of your home, in your car, just wherever you want this protective power, you hang it there. Chicken bones, y'all, absorb negative energy and evil energy. I don't know why that is, but chicken bones do. There's other things that you can do with chicken bones. You can use them for cursing and hexing, but I'm not going to talk about that in this video. For this video, I'm just talking about how they absorb negative energy. So, that's another protective thing that you can use, specifically for if someone is intentionally sending energy at you, projecting energy at you that's negative. Y'all forgive me, I'm smoking back here in between these things. Alright, so I want to talk about the crystals next. Y'all see, I have cuts right here where Vesta fucked me up when we were playing. Okay, so this is called a hag stone or a holy stone. And I found this a couple years ago. I found it in the year what was it? Oh, I found this in 2013, y'all. It was right around the time, if you guys follow Hecate, the goddess Hecate, or if you know about this kind of annual ritual that is done around the world. It's called the Rite of Her Sacred Fires. It was created by the author Sarita d'Este. I was preparing for that rite for my first time in 2013, which that rite is done every year around the world. It's at the full moon in May, if I'm saying that right too. And my first year finding out about it, I was like, I've got to do this, because I'm devoted to Hecate, you guys, and I was like, I got to do this, I got to participate, once I found out about it. And so I was getting my altar ready and everything, like a full month before it was even supposed to take place, and I found this on one of my trips. So I just found it on the ground, y'all. I thought that was like a sign from Hecate, or like a blessing that she wanted me to incorporate it in the altar. So that's what I did. But now, what is a hagstone? What does it do? It's also called a holy stone because of the hole, obviously. These are also very protective. Again, there's other uses to this, but I'm not going to talk about that in this video. They're just powerful for protection, to just have them around. Traditionally, they are hung on a red cord. Like, you just put a red cord through the hole and you just hang it somewhere. I don't use mine for protection. I use it for a different purpose. It's also a portal, y'all. I guess I'm going to go ahead and mention that. You can also use this as a portal to the spiritual realms, and that's what I use it for on my Hecate altar. But it has the protective properties that you can use it for. And you can hang it in your car, in your window, on your porch, wherever you want the protection to be. You just hang it there. And it does that. Okay, here we have smoky quartz crystals. This is a tumbled one, and this is just a raw quartz point. And smoky quartz, once again, has other properties. But specifically, I always carry this one when I go out, you guys. Because what smoky quartz does is it captures negative energy. So, and it stores it. So, if you guys are going to be using smoky quartz crystals, then you need to cleanse them every so often, because they will just gather up negative energy and store it. There's other things you could do with it, like you could direct that energy into curses and stuff like that, if that's what you want to do with it, or you can just cleanse it with salt and salt water, or bury it, things like that, and allow it to kind of just drain out and neutralize. But it will just store it until you do something with that energy. So that's just for the smoky quartz. Here we have amethyst. I don't know if y'all could see the purple of it. This is an amethyst point, y'all. What amethyst does is that it automatically transmutes negative energy into positive. So that's another good one to use if you don't want your crystal storing negative energy. If you don't want to use smoky quartz, you could just carry amethyst with you, or have it around you in your areas, in your workplace, in your purse, whatever. And that will automatically, any type of negative energy that's around you or projected at you will automatically turn it to positive energy. Okay, so here is a bloodstone. This one you really can't see, guys. I'm sorry about that. Let me see if I can show you in the light over here. It's all blurry still. But y'all see how it's green with red flecks? That's how you know it's a real bloodstone. And what this does is it is just a very powerful protector. It doesn't capture negative energy or anything like that, or transform negative energy. What it just does is it just protects you. It adds like a shielding property to you. Not necessarily to your aura, but to you, to your energy, to your mind. It will automatically add like a shielding to that to protect you. That's also very powerful for like healing and other things that I'm not going to talk about in this video. Okay, here is the hematite, and it's like a silvery metallic color. Maybe I should show that in the light too. And this one, this one, what it does is it neutralizes negative energy. And it also does some other things, but as far as the protective aspects, it neutralizes negative energy. So it doesn't store it, it doesn't transform it, but what it does, negative energy, but what it does is it just neutralizes it. So those are like some of the most powerful crystals for protection, you guys. Our powerful stones. These are some of the most powerful amulets. Basically in this video, I forgot to say that at the beginning, I'm focusing on some of the most powerful protective magics that I have come across and learned and use in my practices. So that's what this video really is. Okay, so I guess next I'll do the oils. Here's dragon's blood oil. And this is made from like a specific tree resin. I can't remember the name, what tree it is. But it's made out of the resin from that tree. I'll probably look it up, you guys, and post that in the description box, because I can't remember what it is. But anyways, what this does is it's kind of like the bloodstone. What it does, it will add like a protective energy to you. And what you do with the oils, you guys, is obviously you wear it. You anoint yourself with it pretty much wherever you want, as long as it's on your skin. Then your body will take on the properties, because your skin is absorbent, you guys. So what it will do is absorb the properties of the oil. So what this does is it will add a protective layer to you. Dragon's blood. It also has other properties, like it will just, it's like very good to just add to any spell or to any type of magical work to just give you extra power as well. Okay, excuse me, guys. This is called controlling oil. It's very blurry, I'm sorry about that, but it's by Art of the Root, if y'all want to know. This is kind of my favorite, what would you call that, brand of oil, I guess. Whatever, I get it off eBay, you guys. So just go on eBay and type in like hoodoo oils, and you will probably find the Art of the Root ones. And there's like this woman, whoever it is, she actually puts the right herbs and stuff traditionally with hoodoo and voodoo, and makes the oils handmade. So that's why I really prefer this compared to these types of oils, which I find in my local hoodoo shop and voodoo shop and Santeria shop. These are more like, to me, these types are less authentic, you guys. I still use them, and they do still work, but they just feel like they're less authentic to me than the actual ones with the herbs and stuff in it, handmade. Anyway, so what this does, controlling oil, it really kind of has multiple uses, pretty much like everything I'm showing you guys in this video. But as far as the protective aspect of it, it gives you control of the energies that are around you and in your aura. So obviously you're not going to be wishing negative and harmful things at yourself. So the reason that this would be powerful for protection is because it will give you control of the energy around you, and you can put that towards whatever end. That's obviously not going to be to harm yourself. So that's a good one. I mean, you could also use this nefariously to like control people and kind of use it in that way, but I'm not going to get into that. Okay, then we have John the Conqueror oil. As you can see, I use this one a lot. This one is kind of similar to the controlling oil. It can do the same things as far as controlling people and stuff like that. But as far as for protection, it's the same. It gives you kind of more control of, excuse me, y'all. It gives you more control of the energies around you. So then you could obviously direct that to not harm you. Excuse me, I don't know why I'm burping like that. Okay. So, this is also a really good oil for any purpose because of the fact that it gives you control. So I use it a lot for like any type of spell or whatever magic that I'm doing. Next one I want to show you guys is this one. It's called the Four Winds oil. And this one is really good to protect you from illness, kind of specifically. So, I don't use this one that much, as you can see. As far as for the protection aspect, because I usually just don't get sick a lot anyways. But if there's like something going around or something like that and I have to go out, I definitely use this because it does protect you from becoming ill or from catching sicknesses. These oils are not that expensive. This is like $3 from the Hoodoo shop. These ones that are actually authentically handmade are like, I think they were $6 for this size on eBay. So there's a little bit of a price difference to the authentic compared to the, I mean, I guess these are authentic too. I shouldn't say it like that. As far as from the handmade to these, which I know are not handmade because they're like factory produced and shit, looks like. But anyways, you can also use this oil to speed up your spells in case you wanted to know some of the other uses. I might as well just say it. You can add this to different spells to speed up how quickly they manifest. Alright, so that's some of the oils. That smell. Oh. Sorry about that, guys. One of my candles went out and I was smelling like burning or something, and it was just one of my candles that went out. Okay. So I'm going to show you guys these bottles now. Now these are what I call witch bottles. Traditionally, a witch bottle is something different. But in my practice, I just refer to these as witch bottles or spell bottles. And there's different types. This is a very simple one, specifically designed with little eye charms in it, you guys. And what this type does is it will deflect, kind of like similar to the Hamsa amulets. This will deflect negative spells and energies that are projected at you. I keep this in my window. Okay, so that's just like a simple one. And you can really do that however you want, you guys. It doesn't have to be the same types of eye charms or whatever. You could just do whatever type of eye or whatever. Okay, this one, I like to use these little baby food jars. They're like the perfect little jars to use. So I always... and baby food's like really inexpensive, you guys, so you could just buy it and like either use the baby food as like an offering or something like that, and then just keep the jar. They're really come in very in handy. So this one is filled up with sea salt, black salt, sage, rosemary, and a smoky quartz crystal. And then I also wrote on a piece of parchment paper exactly what it is for, to protect me from. And then burned that, and then put the ashes in it as well. And then I lit the sage up in there, and then put the lid on while it was still smoking so that it entrapped the smoke in there. Of course, you can't see the smoke anymore because it settled into the rest of the contents. Over time, that's just the way to seal it, and that makes that also with the smoke sealing in there, it makes the lid seal on tighter. This is a little tip for you guys if you want the lids to be like really tight. So this is just a simple thing that you can make, and really to protect you from anything. It just really depends on what you write on that paper and what your intention is with it. There's just some simple ingredients that are very protective. Have really powerful properties of protection. So this one was made to entrap negative energy in it, and then ground it or neutralize it. Okay, so then we have kind of a similar one here. Once again, sea salt, black salt, sage, rosemary. I incorporated shells into this one because they also are good for capturing energies. And I think there's a crystal in here too. Yeah, there's a crystal in there. Basically with these two, I have two windows in my bedroom. So I just have one of these in each of my windows. To just capture the energies that if anyone should happen to cast spells at me or something like that. You guys, when someone casts a spell on you, it has to enter through the openings in your house. I don't know why it's set up like that, but that's just the way it is. It has to come in through either your doors or your windows. It can't just come through walls. So it's good to have like you could set the crystals or bottles like this in your windows. Like I have smoky quartz crystals in every window in my home. Okay. So then we have this type of witch bottle, which is kind of more traditional, except for I did not pee in it. In case you guys don't know, the most traditional witch bottles have pee from the person, or urine from the person who creates it in it. I don't do that because that's disgusting to me. What I do utilize is spit or saliva, because it still binds it to you, but it's just not as gross as peeing in it. So what this one has in it is just a bunch of metallic things, nails, just weird pieces of metal, coins, wire, thumbtacks. There's pieces of broken glass in it, pieces of broken mirror, crystals. There's a lot of different stuff that the reason to make this type of witch bottle is to capture energy or spells that would be sent at you. And these guys, you can put them anywhere, but as long as it has either your urine or your saliva or blood or something in it that's connected to you, you could basically put it anywhere and it will work for you. So basically it's like a decoy to any type of curse or negative magic that would be used against you, or manipulative magic that someone would want to use against you. This will act as a decoy to capture that instead of it actually coming to you. And these can last for years, you guys. Really, the only time you would have to make a new one is like if you moved very far away from wherever you have it. So if it's in your home, you don't have to worry about really ever making a new one unless it breaks or something. But if you have like buried it somewhere and then you end up moving like across the country or some shit to a different state or something, then it would be best to make a new one. So these are just some different types of witch bottles, as I call them, that you can do. Okay, now I'm going to talk about some of these herbs. I'm trying not to make this video too long, y'all. Okay, so we have here rosemary and sage, which I basically harvest rosemary and cut it into little pieces like this that I can just burn for different purposes. And I'll just burn the whole thing. I use these mostly as offerings to Hecate or to whatever spirits that I'm working with in that way. But they're also very protective, and they will cleanse negative energy and draw in good energy. It's very powerful for drawing in good spirits. So if you're working with spirits or whatever, I do recommend rosemary in that way. And then sage, of course, probably the herb that everyone knows about, even beginners. It dispels and cleanses evil and negative energy. So it's good to just like sage your area or sage your aura, sage yourself often. It's kind of like how we take showers and baths to cleanse ourselves, our bodies. It is also good to use sage to cleanse your aura in a regular way, in regular intervals, because your spiritual body is separate. Even though it's like connected to your physical body, it's at the same time separate, so it's good to cleanse it separately as well. Here we have bay leaves. You guys, I am obsessed with these. These are my favorite herb, I would have to say. As far as just the different herbs, my favorites are really rosemary and bay leaves, or laurel leaves. And And what these do, you guys, is protect. These are good for breaking, specifically for breaking curses that are on you, or hexes, or any type of bad energy that has been sent on you. If you just burn these in your aura and in your area, it will automatically break it. You can make baths with it if you wanted to do it that way. I just burn them. They're also good for offerings to certain deities as well. I burn these to Hecate also for certain things. Another thing that people usually don't know about bay leaves that I'm going to go ahead and share in this video is that you can also use these to break through someone else's protection. I'm not sure I should have even shared that tip, but that's a little tip for y'all. You can use bay leaves in your spells or curses to break through someone else's protection. There's other uses to these as well, but that's basically what they do for the protective aspect. They'll protect your spells too. If you do a spell and you add a bay leaf to it, it will protect your spell from being affected by other people or other energies. Next we have anise, star anise. These have a lot of different properties as far as with white magic and good magic and stuff like that. They're just good luck in general also, but they're also very good for protection. So you could just carry one of these with you in your purse or in your car or something, and it will protect you. And also areas, if you leave them there. A lot of people string them up and just hang them somewhere, wherever they want to be protected. You could add them to like mojo bags and gree pouches and stuff like that also for protective purposes or for other reasons. But just for the sake of this video, they're good for protection. Alright, so that's basically everything I had gathered here to show you guys some of the most powerful things to use for protection, aside from shielding your aura regularly and casting circles and that type of magic. These are also just very good things to use for protection. I do want to show y'all one more thing. So I'm going to take you over here to my Hecate altar, where I have a Santa Muerte candle burning. This is a very powerful candle for protection. If you feel like you need major protection, and these other things feel like they're just not working, like it feels like it's just something very strong that's on you, or something like that, you're going to want to get one of these Santa Muerte candles, because she has the power to, she's basically holy death, so she has the power to kill anything. So that would also include basically destroying or decaying, killing, bringing death to whatever's on you, whatever spirit is on you, whatever hex or curse or anything like that. It will destroy it, and it will work. You guys, if you're going to be using the Santa Muerte, be very respectful to her. It is a feminine force. So I would not use these lightly, or would not work with Santa Muerte lightly, because she is a force to be reckoned with. So you don't just want to have these candles just to do it, or just evoke her just to do it or anything like that. But it's very powerful for the reasons I said. So that basically covers it, you guys, for the protective things. So I just felt like I should cover those things with you guys as well, or to elaborate on some protective things that you can do and include in your protective magic. You guys, another thing I wanted to say in this video is that like a witch without protection is like going to be very ineffective with their spells and with their magic, because when you become a witch or a practitioner of magic, you are kind of making yourself vulnerable, because what you're doing is you're training yourself to become sensitive to energy, so that you can manipulate it. So when you're doing that, there's also the fact that it does make you sensitive, so that makes you vulnerable also to energies affecting you more easily. So you really need to learn about protection and protecting yourself and protective magic. That's kind of like one of the very first things that you need to learn when you get into magic. If you're a newbie or a beginner and you're watching this video, definitely you're going to want to use the things that I'm sharing with you. And you also might want to watch my previous video, Spiritual Protection, about shielding your aura and areas with magical barriers and stuff like that. So really these two videos should go together, the Spiritual Protection, and then this one, I'll probably entitle it Spiritual Protection Part 2 or something like that, so that you guys know that they go together. Oh, you guys, you know what? I forgot to show you one thing. I'm just going to show you like this. This is black salt, but you really can't see it anyways. I don't even know if you're going to be able to read this, but it's a black salt. This is really good for removing curses and keeping away negative forces. Of course, you could use it for black magic also, but I'm not going to get into that in this video. It's also just a very good thing to utilize in protective magic. So, one thing I will say about the black salt, if you do remember in my last video of the spiritual protection one, when I was talking about using salt to form barriers, and I had told y'all that salt, just like the regular sea salt or table salt, whatever, the white salt, it purifies evil energy automatically. So that if you were going to be doing black magic or something, you don't want to use salt in the protective circle, because that's going to be counterproductive to what you're trying to do. You're not going to be able to summon the dark forces to you if you're using that kind of protection of the white salt. However, if you use the black salt, you can form a circle of protection with black salt, and at the same time call dark forces to you to do black magic. So that's just something that you guys should know about also, because I am a Grey Witch. I've said this several times in my videos, and I am a practitioner of black magic as well as the white magic and the light. To me, they're just, it's all one thing. Magic is just one thing. It's how we use it that defines it as black or white. But as far as with the two different types of salt, one of them, the white salt, does automatically keep evil forces away. But with the black salt, you can form a circle of protection to protect you from specific things, not necessarily evil or good, whatever, just really whatever that it would protect you from. But you could also still have evil energies that you've chosen to come into the area, if that's what you're doing. So typically I'll use black salt to form circles when I'm doing black magic. That way it still protects me from other forces that I'm not summoning and from other evil forces that I'm not summoning, but it still allows me to draw in dark forces to do my curse or whatever I'm doing, my justice curses. Usually, you guys, I don't just go around attacking people or anything like that, but I do justice curses. I do dark magic binding spells, when I deem it's necessary and when all other options have been exhausted and I deem that it's necessary to go that far with it. But anyways, so that's basically it, you guys. If I think of something else, then I'll make a spiritual protection video part 3. But I think that basically covers it for now, for this video. Plus, I don't want to make this video like an hour long or anything. So I'm going to go ahead and end this now. I'm going to be right back with some other things I want to talk about. I want to talk about Hecate. I've been wanting to talk about Hecate for a while now, but I just haven't. I had recorded like 3 videos or 4 about Hecate, but I never uploaded them because she told me not to, because I was talking about some things in there that she did not want me to share publicly. So I ended up just deleting those videos instead of sharing them. But I do want to talk about Hecate. I know a lot of you who are following me from Facebook want to know more about Hecate and stuff like that. So I definitely am going to do a video about her soon. And I will do several videos about her. It's going to be one of the major things I talk about on my channel. I just needed to work out basically what she will allow me to talk about as far as my personal relationship and experiences with her, compared to talking about just her in general. So I needed to sort that out before I got into the video, but I think I've pretty much know now what she wants me to keep private and what she's allowing me to share. So I'm definitely going to be back soon with a video about her to begin with. That's basically it, guys. So I hope that you utilize these things that I've shared. If you have questions, do not hesitate to ask me in the comments. You could go into my channel to the cover photo, and there's 3 Facebook icons that lead to my profile, my Facebook page for my Etsy shop, and then my Facebook group called Empowerment for Witches. So you could come out there and talk to me, ask me questions there. You could come to the group and talk to the other witches, kind of ask what they have to say about protection, because I'm sure we all have different practices, and we've all discovered different things to use. Like I said in this video, this is just some of the stuff that I have come across and that I use, that I have discovered to be pretty potent things. But I'm sure there's so much more that I don't even use in my own practices or know about in my own practices. So you could definitely learn more coming out to the group. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video now. Yeah, if you have questions, just ask. And also, too, if you just, if you use these things and they work for you, I also like to hear about that. So go ahead and tell me in the comments how these things work for you and all that. Alright, guys. I'll be right back. Hail to the witches, and blessed be.